You just hear a bunch of dog panting back there. Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna give everybody a few to connect to audio. Sorry, I have a lot of commotion in my background noise. We've got two dogs like raring to go for a walk here. So they're kind of wild. Good morning. All right, cool. We have everyone popping in. Welcome, happy Sunday, happy May. We are in a fresh new month and it is beautiful outside in Jersey, which is a change for us. We've got the sun, we've got warm temps. We've had some sun, but it's still been chilly. So this is a really good day. I just wanna make sure I am recording. So welcome everybody. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Brittni. I live in Jersey. This is pretty cool. The community is getting larger and larger and I don't know everybody anymore and I'm not even sure, I don't know if Tina knows everyone anymore. And I'll introduce Tina in just a second. But this is cool. We have people from our First Form Fitness family. We have people from BIG, which is where I work. It's a women's empowerment organization. We have people just from Instagram that we have met. So this is pretty amazing. We have a soccer team. So welcome everybody. I'm gonna start with a quick little bit of inspiration. We alwaise do. And I got to attend an all-day conference yesterday. It was of course virtual. It was the Rise conference. I don't know if anyone's ever read any Rachel Hollis books, Girl Wash Your Face, Girl Stop Apologizing. She's pretty incredible and she had an awesome lineup yesterday and the conference itself was called Rise X Live and I took so many notes. There were so many amazing little nuggets of wisdom, but I wanted to highlight one before I introduce the other ladies that are helping me out with this call. So being that, and Keeley will go into this later, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. I just want to thank you and give you all props for showing up for yourself. By showing up for yourself, you're also showing up for others. And that also ties into, we're all leaders in a sense. You're a leader maybe in your family, in your community, online, whatever it may be, you are a leader. So by showing up for yourself, you are showing up for others. You're showing people that they're able to do stuff because you're able to do stuff. So this quote that I wanted to dive into, or this thought, is from the leadership segment of the conference yesterday. And it was actually from John Maxwell, who's a well-known author. He's a pastor. And he basically dove into, the shallow way to put it is when you're dieting or you're trying to live a healthier life, you think about all the stuff you have to cut out of your life. Yeah, I have to cut out sugar. I have to cut out gluten. I have to cut out dairy. Whatever it is, you're focused on subtracting. But he framed it that a better way to look at that, a healthier way to look at it is what can you add? So maybe add more water, add more nutrient-dense foods, right? So you're not so focused on the negative, you're more focused on what you can add. And then that, when you take that deeper, it's an energetic thing. If we are focused on subtracting, we're spending really negative energy, versus if we're focused on adding, we're focused on the positive, and that just shifts everything we've got going on. So I just wanted to start with that. I wanted to remind you that whatever we focus on, our energy goes to that. And whatever our energy goes to, we attract more and more of. So focus more on the positives and what you can add to life rather than what you can take away. With that, I wanted to introduce Keeley. Keeley has a pretty cool mindfulness exercise to take us through, and then it will go into Tina and we'll start our yoga.
Hi guys, so I normally don't shout out someone that I noticed in the chat, but I literally see someone, it's either a lightsaber or there's something going on in the background, and I'm here for it. I think it's Amanda Vrana. Did I say your name right? there's some kind of a something going on, and I love it.
My
So
son and a PVC pipe.
Mobility work.
I love it.
And you
So
actually said my last name right, so massive props. Because
starting my day right. Okay.
Almost 40 years.
Perfect. So with that said, while everyone's sitting upright first, I just a few cues that I want you to think about. Let your jaw relax. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. This is where we all hold our stress and we don't realize it. Let your eyes rest in the back of the socket. Don't need to stress it forward. Release the crinkle on your eyebrows. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. And if you're in a seated position, really press your sit bones into the floor or your seat and just lengthen your spine and just breathe. So those are just reminders of where we carry our stress throughout the day. All of us do. And there's just those really small ways that our body carries it. When we're mindful of it, we can change the way our body feels. So this morning I wanted to talk about something that we all experience that's pretty uncomfortable, and that's stress. Before I get started, in the chat box, I did put a few mental health resources for the month of May. So there's a crisis text line. You don't have to be necessarily near a crisis to reach out to them. There's also apps like Uber, which is spelled out in there because it's not spelled the way it sounds. And there is it's like an AI counselor, and it helps you track and identify your emotions, and it's great. So there's just a few in there if you want to check them out afterwards or when you're done with your practice. So stress is natural, right? We feel it every day, even in small bits. It's our built-in flight or fight. It's not always a bad thing, and there's tons of research on that. However, our bodies can't distinguish the difference between physical stress and mental stress or emotional stress. What does that mean? That means that when we're stressed about work or our relationships, deadlines, our brain waves actually change, unnecessarily flipping on that fight or flight mode. Your brain naturally wants to be in a calm, relaxed alpha state, but stress switches our brain into what's called a delta state, triggering the hypothalamus to release hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. And enough stress can pump your body with enough of these stimulating hormones to run a marathon or to lift a car, which is great if you're trying to run a marathon or lift a car. But your body can't run a marathon every single day. So why let these hormones take a toll on our bodies the same way? And that's essentially what chronic stress does to our bodies. Stress increases our heart rate, adrenaline activates our muscles, which is great if we're about to work out, but if you're trying to study or sleep, relax, enjoy your family, practice yoga, it can feel debilitating to be that stressed out. This is where mindfulness and yoga practice can really help us. Breathing exercises, they enable a bottom-up approach in our brains, which is a method that reconnects us to our bodies. Specifically, it connects us with our exhales. And being mindful of extending the exhale actually slows our heart rate down. I say all of this, I like to give you the science behind all of this because it gives you that sense of agency. You then take control of the energy, the heat, the breath. You understand why the exercises are critical. I'm not telling you what to do. You're enabling your body to take care of itself. The second way to alleviate stress is a top-down approach. And this is where we retrain our thoughts, usually by learning from others, socializing, community. And yoga is both a top-down and bottom-up approach, since the poses teach us new ways to connect with our bodies and carry that throughout our day. So, all of that said, when you're ready, make your way to your back. I'd lay down, but then I can't. Then you can't see me. So make your way to your back. Place a hand on your belly, one on your just above your heart, and start with a few deep breaths. Being more mindful of our exhales. And we'll just take a few deep breaths here. So just get comfortable. And wherever you are on your next out breath, just push it through your lips. Just really get the exhale out. And then gently, Jano, please don't bark. Close the eyes. We're going to do a soft body scan, just checking in with how it feels. Just breathing at a natural pace, whatever feels comfortable. Starting with the toes, checking in with your ankles. No need to move, nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Just checking in. Up the calves, your knees, the upper legs. Slowly checking in with your hips. Just noticing how they feel. Scanning up to your lower back, your ribs, your heart, your shoulders. Breathing into your neck, your jaw, releasing tension, and up to the crown of your head. Just take a few breaths here, whatever is normal for you. And just notice how being present with how you feel, being mindful of how you feel before your practice will help you feel the benefits afterwards. More of a comparison, but just giving yourself permission to just breathe and be present. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes, and I hope you have a beautiful practice.
All right, guys, so I'm going to jump in here. You can stay exactly where you are. There's no need to move. Thank you so much, Keeley, for setting the tone for this morning's practice. If you're near your phone and you want to press play on that Spotify playlist or whatever tunes you have, feel free to do so. But we're going to continue on our backs, just taking nice deep breaths, pausing the mind, maybe acknowledging any thoughts that you might have there right now, and then just sliding them off to the side. We'll get to them later. And I want you to just come here for another second or so to set an intention for this morning's practice. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose, allow that breath to replenish the entire body. So don't force it, just allow the breath to travel from the toes, through the belly, the chest. And then when you're ready to exhale, just allow the breath to come out through the mouth, sinking the shoulders away from the ears, and continue to allow the body to just melt into the earth. 2 more deep inhales. And with every exhale, allow another body part to just fall deeper and deeper into the mat. Good job, guys. One more inhale. Exhale. And welcome to keep the eyes closed, but when you're ready, on your next inhale, we're gonna go ahead and bring that right knee into your chest. So my left leg is straight, My right knee is close to my heart, and I'm just gonna hug it here first. Maybe making small circles in the hips, but my shoulders are away from my ears, my eyes can stay closed, maybe rolling out those ankles. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, we're gonna allow that right knee to fall over to the right side first. So we're gonna open up the hip. My left hand is gonna come over to the left side of the mat, and then I'm gonna take my gaze and send it to the left as well. Focusing on sending the breath to that inner right hip. You might have to put the foot down for support. Try to keep both sit bones flat on the mat and just breathe here for 3, for 2. Great job, everybody. On your next inhale, bring that right knee back to center. We're gonna grab on with our left hand this time. Our right hand's gonna come flat onto the mat. Pausing here, take a deep inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, we're gonna cross that knee over to the left. So it's okay if the right sit bone comes up. What I want you to try to do is keep both shoulder blades on the mat. It's a little sticky, it's okay. Take deep breaths here for 3. Focusing on lengthening the spine as you inhale and twisting as you exhale for 2. Good job. On your next inhale, let's come back to center. Go ahead, give your foot a nice little hug in. We're gonna soften up that left knee. So my left foot's coming flat onto the mat. And we're gonna extend the right leg into the air. My toes are super pointed. If you have a towel or a strap and you wanna go ahead and wrap it around the foot or the leg, you can use that. Otherwise, using your fingertips, we're gonna take one more inhale and then slowly bring that right leg closer to the chest. Really listen to the hamstrings here. If you're finding that they're super tight, maybe you just keep the leg lifted. And by pointing the toes, it's gonna activate the leg. So you're still gonna feel some heat. Breathe it here for 3, for 2. Good job. We're slowly going to release that right leg. We're going to bend the right knee, and I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left thigh. So I'm creating like a figure 4 with the legs. And then using my fingertips or strap again, I'm going to go ahead and start to bring that left thigh closer to the chest. So what I like to do here is use my right elbow to kind of kick out my right knee, and that's going to intensify the stretch on the right glute. Breathing here, listening to the body. Closing the eyes. Inhale for 3, for 2. Nice big hug. Good job, everyone. Go ahead and exhale. Release everything down. We're going to switch the legs. So my right leg is going to go straight. My left knee is going to come into the chest. And again, just pausing here, giving yourself a nice little hug, maybe rolling out those ankles if they're a little stiff. Good. And when you're ready, holding on with your left hand, right arm's going to come out to the side. Inhale here, and then exhale, opening up the hip first. So I'm grabbing right below my knee, and I'm just kind of allowing my fingertips to help open up the hip. Deep breath here. Oh my gosh, my allergies. For 3, for 2. Inhale, bringing that knee back to center. We're going to go ahead, grab on with my right hand. My left arm's going to come straight to the other side. Pause and inhale first, and then exhale, take it over. Ooh, I'm feeling this today, guys. Wow. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale, see if you can twist a little more. For 3, for 2. Inhale, coming back to center. We're gonna hug the knee in towards the chest. Soften up that right leg this time, and then lift the left leg high into the sky. Super flex the foot, and then when you're ready, you can start to bring the leg closer to the chest. So as I do this, I'm sending my navel towards the spine, creating a lot of room for my leg to come forward. Breathing here for 3, for 2. Good, let's go ahead and start to release that left leg. We're gonna cross the ankle over the right thigh, so creating that little figure 4. And then go ahead when you're ready, bringing that right thigh into the chest. So again, this time I use my left elbow to kick out that knee a little bit. And just really want to focus on feeling it on the outer side of that left glute. Breathe it here for 3. Hug it nice and close for 2. Good, and when you're ready, we're gonna bend both knees, releasing the feet towards the mat. We're gonna take our fingertips, bring it behind our ears, and imagine like there's a little tennis ball or an orange in between the chest and the chin. On your next inhale, we're gonna lift head, neck, and shoulders up. I'm sending the navel down, and as I exhale, I'm gonna crunch up for 1, lower it down. Crunch up for 2, lower it down. Squeeze the core for 3. Can we go for 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there, guys. 8, keep breathing. 9, last one, we're gonna hold it here at the top for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower it down. Woo! Let's bring our arms by our side. We're gonna sneak our heels a little bit closer to the glutes. And we're just gonna do a mini bridge to stretch out the core. So on your next inhale, pushing the palms into the earth, we're going to send the hips towards the sky. This doesn't have to be a huge bridge. We're just gonna come and stretch out the belly. Breathe for 3, for 2, and 1, lower it all down. Good job. Nice. Let's go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rock from side to side, massaging the spine. And when you're ready, you can start to rock forward and back. So get enough momentum here. Go up and down the spine a couple of times. And then we'll meet in a seated position. And we're making our way to the tabletop. So you can just cross the ankles and roll right on over. I'm going to face this way so you guys can see. Woohoo! Good, so as you come to your tabletop position, my knees are under my hips, my wrists are underneath my shoulders. I have a nice long line from the top of my head to my lower back. Good, I'm pushing through all 10 fingers, so I'm not hunching in here. I'm really keeping my ears away from the shoulders. From here, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna kickstand our right foot out to the right side of the mat. We're going to extend the left foot back behind us. And then from here, we're just going to start to stack the shoulders, stack the hips, send our left fingertips up to the sky. My left heel is now flat on the mat. And if you want to go a little deeper, maybe send those fingertips towards the front of the room. So the goal here is to send the chest up towards the sky. Good, and keep sending weight into that left pinky toe, and you'll feel a nice side stretch. Hanging out here for 3, for 2. Inhale. Good. As you exhale, we're going to bring our gaze down to the mat. We're going to slowly send our fingertips towards the front of the room as we send our hips towards the mat again. And if you can, let's see if we can lift that left foot up. A little bit of a balancing act, holding it here for 3, for 2. Lowering the left palm down, keeping the left foot out. We're going to lower the left toes down to the mat. And then from here, we're just going to send our weight into our heel, our left heel. So you should feel a nice calf stretch there. Looking flat on the mat. And breathe for 3, for 2. Good job. Let's go ahead and bring that weight back over the wrists. And then return to that tabletop position. Go ahead and rock those hips. Nice. When you're ready, we're going to do that again on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead, come onto my left toes. Kickstand my left foot to the left side of the mat. Send my right leg straight behind me. Start to stack those hips. And then send my right fingertips up towards the sky. So again, you're welcome to stay here. Or you can send those right fingertips up and over the ear. My right heel is flat onto the earth. So now I can send energy into that right pinky toe, intensifying the side stretch. Squeeze those glutes. We're hanging out here for 3, for 2. Good job. Bring your gaze down. Start to reach for the front of the room as we start to send those hips parallel to the mat. I'm bringing my left toes back in and lifting my right toes up off the mat. We're hanging out here for 3, for 2. Lower the right hand down, send those right toes to the back of the mat, and then go ahead and get that calf stretch. So send the energy into that right heel. And breathe. Relax the head. For 3, for 2. Good job. Let's go ahead and come back to that neutral spine. Return to that tabletop position. Rock those hips from side to side. 1 second here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to send the hips back, coming into a child's pose. So all that is you're just going to take your hips towards the heels. I'm lowering my third eye, my middle of my forehead, towards the mat. And now we're going to do something a little different with our cat-cow. Usually we do it in a tabletop position, but what we're going to do today is more of a wave. So listen carefully. As you inhale, thinking like a cat, so think like you're a Halloween cat. I'm going to inhale, send the center of my back straight towards the sky, come through tabletop, and then bring my chest forward as like a little bit of an up dog. When I am ready to exhale, I'm going to think like a cow, and I'm going to send my hips back, keeping a nice arch on my spine. And as I get closer to my heels, that's where I'm going to start with the curve. So just like a wave, we're going to do this 3 times. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, reach that back towards the ceiling. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Start to bring the chest forward through the shoulders. And when you're ready, we're going to go nice and slow, taking it back. So keeping an arch in the spine. And then I start to curve, tucking in those hips as I reach my heels. 1 more time. Inhale, send the shoulder blades away from each other. Feel the stretch. As I come forward, my shoulder blades are coming together. Maybe the head lifts. And when you're ready, start to keep the arch in the spine, send the hips towards the heels. And then as you lower down, you can come back to that child's pose. Good job, everybody. We're going to meet in a tabletop position. So coming back to our neutral spine, we're going to tuck those toes. Keeping the knees soft, we're going to lift them off the mat and come into our down dog. So from here, I'm just sending weight into all 10 fingers. I'm taking a look at my heels, making sure that my feet are about 2 fist width apart. If you have to keep the knees soft, you can. If you can extend the legs, that's great. But listen to the hamstrings, see how everything feels. Good, my shoulders are away from my ears, and I'm taking a nice deep inhale here for 3, for 2. Good job, everybody. Let's come high into those toes. Bend those knees, look forward. Coming to the front of our mat at a forward fold, we're just gonna walk towards our hands. Good. We're gonna go through a flow nice and slow because I know we have some new people here today. So when you're ready, we're gonna bring our hands to our shins. We're gonna inhale, create a nice long line with our spine. This is called a half lift. As you exhale, we're going to forward fold. When you forward fold, the weight is coming towards the toes. My head hangs heavy. Inhale, slowly rise up to a full stance, Urdhva. My arms are coming up by my ears. And then as I exhale, I'm returning to that forward fold. We're going to go ahead and step the right foot back, followed by the left, coming to a top of a push-up, high plank. Now for my advanced yogis, you can go ahead and take your flow. For those of us who are looking for a modification, we're going to come down to our knees. And then we're going to bend those elbows, coming to our chest and our chin. On your next inhale, we're going to straighten everything up, coming to our baby cobra. Exhale, lower back down, tuck those toes, maybe come back to those knees, and then send the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. So flows are always optional. You can do whatever you want with them. If you want to add things, take things away. But you can always meet us in down dog if you get lost. Take a nice deep inhale here for 3, 2. Good job. So inhale from high into those toes. Bend those knees. We're returning back to that tabletop position. So for this first round, guys, I'm going to show you some modified poses. And then on the second round, we're going to advance those poses. But if you ever feel like those poses are too much for you today, you're going to come back to what we're doing in this round. So let's meet in tabletop position. So untuck your toes. On your next inhale, we're going to send that right leg up behind us. And what I'm going to do here, just like you would like if you're doing a hip circle, we are going to roll that hip open and bring that knee to touch the tricep. As I exhale, I'm going to roll that hip open again, send my leg straight up. Inhale here, and then exhale, bring that knee in towards the nose, do a little crunch. Good job, we're going to move a little quicker with that. So thinking like a hip circle, we're going to inhale, touch my knee to my tricep. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, sending it back. Inhale, big circle, tap that tricep. Exhale, big circle, send the foot back. Inhale, pause. Exhale, knee to nose. Good job, extend that right leg out behind you. Looking forward, we're going to bend that knee, place that right foot in between the palms. Squeeze those glutes, and when you're ready, rise up into that little low lunge. Good job, so get a little situated here. And when you're ready, squeezing those glutes, squeezing the core, we're going to inhale those arms up by our ears. As we exhale, we're taking a twist over to the right, and I'm going to open up my arms. Inhale, come back to center. Using your breath, we're going to exhale, open up those arms. One more time, inhale back to center. Exhale, take the twist, open up those arms. Pausing here, we're going to start to reach forward, really twist, and then lower the left hand to the inside of that right knee. My right fingertips are reaching for the sky, and I'm thinking about sending my right hip back, so you might feel a nice stretch there in the lower back. Breathe it here for 3, for 2. Good job. From here, guys, we're going to bring this right hand to our hip. Thinking modified side plank, we are going to go ahead. Oh, no, we're not there yet. We're getting there. We're going to send that right hand back up. We're going to look down, frame out that right foot. Then we're going to inhale, coming into our runner's lunge, straighten out that right leg. So this is called Ardha Matsyenama. We're going to half split. I want you to all to inhale, take a little slight lift in the chest. And then exhale, see if you can go ahead and fold closer. Now, if you have some blocks and your hamstrings are super tight, what you want to do is frame out the blocks around that front foot, and using your hands to a height that feels comfortable to you, you're going to go ahead and forward fold. Maybe walk them out. What I'm imagining here is that I'm trying to scrunch up the mat from my right heel to my left knee. So I'm going to feel a little tension there in that right hamstring. Keep breathing here, relax the head. You're hanging out for 3, for 2. You go a little bit further. Good job. Let's all inhale, take a nice half lift. We're going to walk ourselves forward, rebend that right knee, and now we're going to go for that modified side plank. So keeping the palms flat on the mat first, we're just going to slide our right foot behind us. Extend the leg behind, nice and straight. You can go ahead, come onto the toes if that's easier for your balance, but when you're ready, start to stack those hips just like you did in the beginning of practice. My right hand can start on my right hip, or maybe I extend it up high, but I'm squeezing my right glute, and I'm flexing my toes, and I'm focusing on my obliques. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let's return back to that tabletop position. Go ahead and wiggle out those hips. Woo-hoo. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to a straight line. So we're gonna start on the other side. Inhale that left leg back. Starting with those hip circles, we're gonna go ahead, bring that left knee towards the tricep. Exhale, push back. Inhale, pause. Exhale, crunch. Go ahead, send the leg back. Knee to tricep. Sending the leg back. Pause. Knee to nose. One more time. Big hip circle here. Big hip circle back. Squeeze the core. Send the leg out. Looking forward, we're going to go ahead, bring that knee in towards center, plant that foot in between the palms. Squeeze those glutes, and then rise up. Good, good, good. A lot of heat is building here, so if you're feeling a little sweat, that's good. Me too. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, we're taking a twist over to the left, opening up the arms. Inhale, back to center. Reach for the ceiling and then twist and open up wide. One more time. Inhale, center. Reach, reach, reach. Twist, twist, twist. Open up those arms. Look forward. Reach for the front of the mat and then lower that right hand to the inside of that left thigh. Left fingertips up towards the ceiling. And again, I'm imagining my left hip going towards the back of the mat. So naturally, we just kind of want to like let it hang out to the side. Instead, we're going to send it to the back of the mat. Looking up for 3, for 2. Good. Bring your gaze down, frame out that left leg. Take one inhale here. And when you're ready, straighten out that left leg, coming into our half split on the other side. Grabbing onto those blocks if needed, and relax the head. Try if you can to make sure the hips are nice and square. I know it's kind of natural to let the right hip pop out to the side. Think about sending it to the back of the mat. Sometimes what I like to do is go ahead and walk my left fingertips behind me, right fingertips forward, and that kind of just uses a ruler here. Hanging out for 3. Can you get a little bit lower for 2? Good. And when you're ready, you're going to start to make your way forward, re-bending that left knee, planting the palms first and sending the left leg behind us. From here, coming to that side plank on the other side, I'm going to start to stack my hips. And then when I'm ready, I'm sending my left fingertips up towards the sky. Good, good. Try and keep that leg nice and parallel to the earth if you can. And tank. Hanging out for 3, 2, 1. Good job. Look down. Let's come back to that tabletop position. Wiggle out those hips. We're going to go through a flow together. So stepping the left foot back, followed by the right, come to a high plank. Whether you're dropping down to the knees or taking your traditional vinyasa, we're going to inhale to prepare. And then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to either a baby cobra or up dog. And when you're ready, exhale, downward facing dog. Good, pausing here, paddling out those feet. Really thinking about twisting those arms so the inner of the elbow is facing the front of the room. Inhale. So this is where we're going to advance that sequence. What we're doing here is optional, so feel free to either, advance it or skip it all together. But either stay here, or we're going to go ahead and lift the right leg high. This time, we're going to bring that right knee to that tricep as we roll to our high plank. Exhale, push back. Inhale, knee to nose. You're doing this as you roll forward. Exhale, push back. Go ahead, knee to tricep. Then push back. Go ahead, knee to nose. Push back. This will be our last time, knee to tricep. Woo, feel the heat. Push back. This time as you bring your knee to nose, we're looking forward, we're planting that foot in between the palms, finding a low lunge. Good job, so get nice and strong here first. When you're ready and comfortable, we're going to start to lift the arms, coming to our high lunge. Good. So I'm inhale, I'm looking straight, squeezing those glutes. Option to stay here. This is tricky, or you can always drop back down to the knee. But when you're ready, you're gonna exhale, twist over to the right, open up those arms. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist and open up the arms. Back to center. Last time, inhale, twist, open up the arms, hold it here. Looking forward, we're gonna reach to the front of the mat, lower the left hand to the inside of that right leg. So again, if you have blocks and the earth feels a little too far today, we're going to plant my hand on my block. Gaze is up. I'm pushing energy into that left heel. Hanging out for 3. For 2. Looking down, we're going to frame out that right leg. If you're on your knee, I want you to lift the back knee up. We're going to wiggle that left foot in just a little bit, and then inhale, straighten out that right leg. So coming to our pars bow, my feet are parallel from each other, so thinking like 2 train tracks. Inhale, slight lift. Exhale, start to bring that third eye closer to the shin. So same dance here, guys. We are sending this right hip towards the back of the room. Allowing this left hip to come forward. It's really going to frame out our hips. And breathe here. If your hamstrings are a little tight and you need to keep a nice soft bend in the knee, feel free to do so. Hanging out for 3. For 2. Good job. Let's soften up that right knee. Plant those palms, thinking high plank. Send the right foot behind you. Coming to a side plank, option to modify by dropping the right knee down on the ground, or we're also going to roll onto that right leg, lift the left fingertips up towards the sky, push through the obliques. Again, we can modify by dropping that right knee down and coming to what we were just doing earlier. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Return to that high plank. Take an inhale to prepare, and an exhale, chaturanga, take your flow. So for modifier, coming to our inchworm. Inhale to a big cobra. Exhale, lower down. And then making your way to your downward facing dog. Whew. Feel free to paddle out those feet. Really send the chest through the shoulders. Good, now option to stay here, or inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to tricep as you roll forward. Inhale, push back. Exhale, knee to nose. Go ahead and push back. 2 more times, let's do this. Knee to tricep, woo! Push back. Knee to nose, crunch. Push back. Last time, knee to tricep. Push back. This time, knee to nose. We're gonna plant that foot in between the palms and take a nice breath here in our low lunge. Create a lot of heat with that. When you're ready, taking your time, using your breath, lift up to your high lunge. Good, so my legs are super active here. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, twist to the left, open up those arms. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist and open. Inhale, back to center. Last time, we're gonna twist and open, hold it here, look forward. Reach for the front of the mat. Then lower that right hand to the inside of the left leg. Good, trying to send the chest towards the sky. Breathe here for 3, for 2. Looking down, we're gonna frame out that left foot. I'm gonna pop my right foot a little bit closer, and then inhale, straighten out that left leg. Woo, good job, guys. So again, welcome to use the blocks. Relax the head. We have parallel feet. Make sure you're pushing through all 4 corners of that foot. Keep the legs active. Your hamstrings don't have to do all the work. Breathe here for 3, For 2. 1 more. Good job. Let's go ahead, take a nice half lift. Soften up that left leg, plant those palms, find a high plank first. And then taking the side plank on the other side. So either dropping the left knee or rolling to the left foot. We're going to send the right fingertips up towards the sky and hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return back to that high plank. Option to take a flow, or you can go ahead and meet us in downward facing dog. Guys, also feel free to come down at any time for some water, child's pose, whatever you need. Listen to the body, that is super key here. Let's all take a nice inhale through the nose here, and out through the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. On my next inhale, I'm going to come high into my toes, bend my knees, look forward. My advanced yogis, you can go ahead and jump, step, or float your way to a forward fold. Good. So pausing here, I'm going to inhale, take a nice half lift. I'm going to heel toe my feet out, maybe a little bit wider than normal. And then I'm going to bend my knees, grab opposite elbows, and then forward fold into my ragdoll. Good. So my weight is now coming towards my toes. I'm relaxing my head. I want my head to just be heavy, dead weight. Feel a nice release here in the lower back. Option to maybe sway from side to side, or maybe forward and back. Releasing any tension in the shoulders. Good. And then when you're ready, we're just going to slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rise up to a full body stance. My arms are going to come up by my ears. I know you guys can't really see me, but that's okay. Arms are going to come up by my ears. I'm going to bring my hands to prayer at the top. And then take an inhale, reach for the ceiling. And then as I exhale, I'm going to take it over to the right. Gaze is under my arm. Woo. Inhale back to center. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale over to the left. For 3, 2. Good job. Inhale back to center. So from here, we're going to bring our hands down into prayer at heart center. Keeping my feet nice and wide. I'm just going to think like a chair, and I'm going to bend my knees, keeping my hip bones tucked in, my navel's towards the spine, and my chest is lifted. I'm not going to go like this. I'm going to keep it nice and tall. Good. Look down. Just make sure that your knees are not going over your toes. If they are, you're just going to send the hip bones back. Good. Getting nice and low here in your wide stance chair pose. And if you'd like to, maybe bring the arms up by the ears, or you just hang out right here. Deep breath for 3, for 2. Good, now wherever your arms might fall, we're going to inhale, send them straight in front of you. My weight is coming into my right foot. Thinking warrior 2, we're going to go ahead and send the left toes to the back of the mat. Ooh, a little balancing act. And as I send my left heel down to the mat, my arms are going to open up nice and long. My gaze is forward, and now I'm standing in a warrior 2 pose. So my right knee is nice and soft. I'm sending my right knee out to the side a little bit so I can see my big toe. Deep breath here for 3, 2, reach forward, flip the palm, send those fingertips behind you, keeping the knee nice and soft. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. This time, side angle, we're bringing that forearm to the thigh, left fingertips up and over. Sending weight into that left pinky toe so I feel a great side stretch for 3, 2, I promise there's relief coming. We're gonna inhale, come to center. We're gonna bring our arms to cactus. We are going to bring our heels in, bending both knees, finding our goddess pose. Now this leg is probably screaming, and I hear you guys. We're almost done. So really send the shoulder blades back. So my chest is coming forward. I'm thinking about squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to send our fingertips behind our lower back. If this is too much, hands are coming to the hips. One more breath here, get nice and low. And then keeping the knees bent, can you just hinge at the hips, coming to our humble horse. So my top body is coming between my legs. Maybe you lower the arms down. On your next inhale, let's go ahead, straighten out those legs. That must feel so good right now. Bringing those toes in, heels are out. Exhale, forward fold with 2 straight legs. Head is center. So my advanced yogis, feel free to go for tripods or do whatever feels comfortable in this pose for you. If you're not sure what to do in this pose, you can either just hang out in the center, or maybe you take your arms to your ankles and help deepen this fold. Relax the head. Allow those hamstrings to super stretch. Deep breath here for 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're slowly going to come back to center. Inhale, half lift. Thinking forward fold, we're just going to walk ourselves towards the front of our mat. Soften up that right knee, and then just give yourself a nice little to a forward fold. Good terminology there, Tina. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now this time, you can take your 2-piece fingers, wrap them around your big yogi toes. And again, you can either take a nice half lift, really pushing out the hamstrings here. So I'm thinking about sending my center of my thigh towards the back of the room. Weight is in the heels. And then exhale, forward fold. Weight is now in my toes. For 3, 2, and 1. Release those toes. Take another half lift. Heel toe those feet a little bit wide. And then when you're ready, bend those knees. Slowly rise up to a standing Urdhva. Good. Inhale, arms up. Maybe this time as your hands come to prayer, you take a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, the arms are going to come down to prayer. We're going to soften up those knees, coming into that chair pose. So again, what I'm thinking here is I'm sending my hips in. So instead of going out like this, you're going to tuck that tailbone. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe here for 3, for 2. Good. Wherever your arms may be, we're going to send them out in front of us. Really focus on something in the center of the room. Bring the weight into that left foot. And then maybe slowly I'm just going to tap my right foot behind me, telling me like a high lunge. And then open up to that warrior 2. So my back heel's coming flat onto the mat. And my arms are nice and long. Soften that left leg up nice and easy for 3, 2. Inhale, hinge forward, flip the palms, send the fingertips behind you. Deep breath here, just for 3, for 2. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, forearm to thigh, right fingertips up and over. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Focus on that side of your body. Reach for the front of the room. 3, for 2. Good job, coming back to center. So this time you guys can kind of see we're going to bring our arms to cactus. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. We're going to bend both knees, bringing heels in, toes are out. See how low can you go for 3, for 2. Fingertips either behind the lower back or on the hips. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hinge at the top body. Lower the head down. And then when you're ready, you can release those palms. Inhale, straighten out those legs. Bring those toes in, heels out, and then exhale, forward fold. Good job. So same thing here. You can play around, maybe this time bringing those fingertips through the legs, or maybe in front of you like a wide stance down dog. Good, or maybe you go for a tripod, but just relax here. Listen to the hamstrings, see what they need. If you need to do a little twist, you can walk over to an ankle. There's so many options in Prazarita, and I really like to leave it up to you guys to just hear out what the body needs. So we're just hanging out for 3, 4, 2. Let's all meet back in center. Inhale, half lift. Coming back to a forward fold, we're gonna walk ourselves over to the left. Soften that left knee. Give yourself a little poop. Forward fold. Good. Option to go through a flow here, so hands to shin. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, Urdhvastasana, full body stretch here, reach for the ceiling. And then exhale, maybe swan dive down, forward fold. Go ahead and plant those palms, step the right foot back, followed by the left. And then again, option to take the flow. So take an inhale to prepare, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to an up dog. And when you're ready, take those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good, good. Paddle up those feet. Very nice. On our next inhale, we're gonna go ahead and lift the right leg high. As we exhale, we're looking forward. We're bringing the shin, the right shin, to the top of the mat. I'm gonna lower that shin down, maybe wiggle out that left foot, lower the left leg down. So coming into our pigeon pose, take a quick look behind you, make sure your leg's nice and straight. And then when you're ready, there's a few options. So knowing that this is a little funky of a pose, you can stay on the palms, or maybe if you're comfortable enough to walk it down to a block, the forearms, getting nice and flat, you certainly can. Now, I just want to go through this for some of those new people. My right shin is, on a nice angle here. If you're feeling a lot of tension in your right thigh, you want to go ahead and take that block or a book and tuck it under, giving your right thigh some support. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting my weight onto my book or my block, and that's going to take some tension out of like my hamstrings and my hips, and maybe I stay on my palms. Or if that feels okay enough and you want to lower it down, you can certainly do that too. Good. And all together, if this pose just doesn't serve you, you can come down to your back and take that reverse pigeon like we did in the beginning of class, where you bring the thigh in closer to the chest. So there's a bunch of options, but I love this pose because it allows me to just take a moment here to kind of check in with myself. Return to that body scan that you did in the beginning of practice and see what things may have changed. So there's an option with this pose, as all poses, where you can either stay straight, or if you want to lift the top body up just a little bit and walk yourself over to the left, so just my top body is moving, and then walk it down, that's going to get where, like that side of the hip, where like if you have a tight IT band or sciatica, it's going to get right into those areas. Just try and relax. We're going to take a few more breaths here for 3, or 2. Good job wherever you are. We're going to meet back in center. So I'm coming onto my palms. I'm going to go ahead and tuck my left foot. So this is called 3-legged dog. We're going to make our way to down dog, but keeping our right leg lifted. So I'm pushing through the palms and creating enough room where I can just set my right leg nice and high. Stretching out that right leg. Take one inhale. And as you exhale, we're slowly going to bring that knee towards our nose. Now listen carefully, it's a little tricky. We're coming to our revolved triangle. So I want to send my right knee towards my left tricep, extend my right leg out underneath my left hand. Now we can stay right here. And what I'd like us all to do is slowly start to lower the hips. So it's almost a revolved triangle. And then once we're down on the mat, we're just going to bend the knees. So you're kind of like laying down on your hip, and we're looking forward. You can now either bend the elbows and start to fall in here, or if you're looking for more of a twist, you can walk a little bit over to the right and then bend the elbows. Maybe come down to the forearms. Breathing here for 3, 4, 2. Good, let's go ahead and come back to center. And from here, we're just gonna come to a seated position. So we're just gonna unravel ourselves. Keep the left leg out, bring that right knee in. Take a nice inhale, exhale. Good job, guys. So from here, if you have a towel or a strap and you want to use it, go for it. Otherwise, we're also going to bring our arms by our ears. Look towards that left leg and then slowly forward fold. Good. So if you're super flexible and you need a little bit more space, if you have a block or a book and you put it to the outside of your foot, and then you start to reach for the block instead of the foot, that's going to give you a little bit more room to grab and forward fold. If you have the opposite problem where you're super tight, you might want to keep the knees soft, or use that towel and hook your foot like in the center of the towel and forward fold. Deep breath here for 3, 4, 2. Good job. Inhale, walk yourself back to center. Now from here, we're going to extend that right leg out, and we're coming back to our high plank so we can do the other side. So just go ahead and roll right on over. Find your high plank, take an inhale, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale with the left leg high. Exhale, shin to the top of the mat. So we're finding our pigeon on the other side. And you might notice that one side is a little easier than the other, and that's great. Me too. So take a quick look, make sure the leg's nice and straight. Inhale here. And then when you're ready, exhale, take this pose to wherever serves you. So again, you can either tuck that block underneath the hip. You can come onto your back. We're just going to take a breath, pausing here to really focus on the body. Appreciating the work that you've put in so far. Appreciating the differences of one side to the other. Maybe saying little thank yous. And option again to stay here, or you can lift the top body, walk it over to the right, and then return down on the forearms. Just breathing here, hanging out for 5, or 4, 3, 2, and when you're ready, you can slowly make your way back to the center. You're gonna tuck the back toes, thinking 3-legged dog one more time. We're gonna push through the palms, and I'm slowly just going to send my left leg back behind me. Good. One inhale here. As I exhale, knees coming towards the nose, we're gonna send that knee over to the right tricep. I'm extending my leg out underneath my right arm. So usually we do a little more for a revolved triangle, but from here, we're just going to start to lower the hips down. My left heel is coming down to the mat, and then I'm going to bend both legs. It's almost like I'm jumping or running, I don't even know. But facing the front of the mat, you can inhale here, and then exhale, maybe you bend the elbows, starting to come back down. If you want a little bit more of a twist, you're gonna take your fingertips over to the left, Ooh, I feel that. And come back down. Breathe, breathe, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job, guys. Start to come back to center. We're going to return to a seated position. So I'm just going to unravel. Good. Keeping my right leg out straight this time. Left leg is going to bend. Take an inhale wherever you are. And then exhale, forward fold. So again, you can use a strap or the block to enhance or modify the pose. You're just breathing here for 5, or 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Slowly start to send the top body back up. Bring both legs out this time. We're going to move any flesh from those sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach for the sky. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Let's even out those legs. Try and bring that forehead to the shin. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Start to walk the top body back up. We're going to soften up those knees, plant those feet. Maybe move, you're close to the top of the mat. And then inhale, I want everyone to bring their arms forward. I want you to zip up the core. I'm sending my navel towards the spine. And I'm going to try it unsupported first, but slowly, really slowly, maybe count to 5 as you lower down to your mat. So you can do it with full ab control. Now, if you can, pause where you're about 6 inches off the mat, and then crunch back up. We're just going to do that 5 times. So slowly, slowly, slowly lower down, hover off the mat, and then crunch back up. If you need to, you can go ahead and grab onto the thighs. But see if you can go unsupported first. Challenge yourself. Crunch back up. Can you give me 2 more? Inhale, 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 hold. Exhale as you crunch. Last time, inhale, 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 lower and hold. Exhale, crunch. Good, this time let's inhale and lower all the way down to the mat. Nice and slow. Woo! Good job, guys. Arms are going to come down to our side. We're going to bring our heels closer to our glutes. We're going for that full bridge. If you'd like to take a full wheel, if that's in your practice, you can go for it. But everyone else, we're going to keep our hands nice and flat. Take an inhale here to prepare. And as you exhale, hips are coming up towards the ceiling. I'm slowly making my way onto my shoulders, creating a lot of space between my lower back and the mat. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Let's go ahead and rock those hips or knees from side to side. Nice stretch.
I thought we were just taking a really nice long stretch, but she froze. So we'll just let her. We're definitely making our way down to the mat there. So I'm gonna watch the room for her to come back in, but I would stay on your back and we will take a couple minutes in Shavasana. So come back to your intention that you set in the beginning of class. Take as much space as you need on the mat.
close to me. Oh, stay close to me. Yeah. Love, stay close to me. Love. My time of the world is made with the most of my love. My touch of the world is made with the my love. My touch of the world is made with the my love.
Okay, and if you're still on your back, roll over onto your side in the fetal position. I'll bring my computer down here. So rest your right cheek on your bicep. And just breathe. This is the moment of restart. And use your left hand, push your palm into the floor, bring yourself up slowly, honoring the space that you've made in your body. Sit up in a comfortable seat. If it's in Virasana on your knees or cross-legged, wherever is comfortable. Bring your hands up to the sky and down in a prayer into heart center. I thank you just as your body, your heart, and your soul thanks you. Thanks for joining us for this practice. I know Brittni has some announcements to make.
And thank you all for bearing with us with a few technical difficulties. But yes, the light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. And then a few things, as we do every week, this is a free class, but we do optional donations, and the organization that we've chosen is FLAG, and that stands for Frontline Appreciation Group. And what FLAG does is collect donations, purchase meals in local communities, and then provide those meals to the frontliners at those local hospitals. So every week we've chosen a different community depending on who attended the yoga class. So we've donated in New Jersey, Florida, Missouri, Illinois. Today we chose Texas because we had a few Texans on the call last week. I think Lauren Ratcliffe and Linda are from Texas. So you'll find, if you go over in the chat, you'll see a direct link. It's a PayPal. So if you'd like to donate, if you have the means to donate, we know that not everybody does right now, please donate. It is in Frisco, Texas. And then one other announcement, and while I'm making this, if you want to pop your Instagram handles in the chat, we always use that to tag you guys later. And then also put your location. If you're in a state that we haven't gotten to donate to, we would love to. So put your Instagram and your location. And then one other quick announcement is Mother's Day is next Sunday. Don't forget your moms or the ladies in your life. And the organization that I work for, Big, Believe, Inspire, Grow, is actually hosting a, sorry for all the commotion in the background. They're hosting a special guided meditation. It is 1 hour long. It's focused on gratitude, and it is with Sensei Victoria Whitfield. She is incredible. She's a Reiki master and a global meditation leader. And I have the opportunity to meditate with her personally 3 times a week, and it's life-changing. So I invite you all to attend. It is on Mother's Day. Invite your mom, invite any ladies in your life. They could be grandmas. They don't have to have, video on Zoom to participate. They can call in. I invited my sister. You can invite nieces. So I'm going to drop that link also in the chat. But that's it. We will post something later today and tag everyone so you can all stay in touch. And we will see you next Sunday, same time, same place. And then hopefully you'll join us for meditation after. Thank you.
And
Have a good
before you go, Tina did want to say that she loves you all, and she's very glad that you were able to make it. She had a quick crash, so she didn't get to say goodbye to everybody. But also on the note of Mother's Day, I know that that day can be triggering for some people. Maybe your motherhood was cut short, or maybe your mother is no longer a piece of your life or never was. And so on that note, if anything, if nothing else, if you don't know where else to go, please DM me or Brittni or Tina, and we'll connect you with whatever you need. That's incredibly important. I also saw Roni's in St. Louis. Shout out to the Midwest. What's up? I drive through that city almost every day. So everyone, we're so glad you're here. We can't wait to see you next week. And that's all. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.